Hello, hopefully I am live and on the Indigo Blue page. So I am a little bit technically challenged. I'm hoping to have some live comments come up on my screen. I'm on a Switcher app which is live streaming to you, so it's not on a Facebook live as such. So hopefully somebody will comment a minute and I will know. Oh, it says that I'm live. I've just had a thing come up, so that's fabulous. So how is everybody? Are you enjoying the Christmas shows? Gneville and Gnoreen? Good. So Alfie has put up hi Lorna, so I know that I'm live, definitely. So what did you all think to the shows? Aren't the products fabulous? All of the stamps, and that's what I'm going to start off with, showing you. I'm going to show you some of my samples, and I'm going to stay in this camera screen to do it. So this one, oh, I've got a shadow of a lead, bear with me, I just spotted that. So this one is the poinsettia stamp, and all I've done is embossed it with our lovely Hi-Ho Silver embossing powders, and then a little sentiment. I have, again, literally just embossed. Sorry, I should have said that on this one I coloured in with our beautiful Luscious. This one I've just embossed in the gold, so that's a very, very simple, quick, easy card. And then I've just gone around literally with a little tiny bit of Goldfinger paint. This one is a little bit more 3D. Hi Susan, hi Sandra. So this one is a little bit more 3D, and I've stamped it onto book paper, just a piece of old book paper, stamped it a couple of times, cut out the top layer, so I've kind of decoupaged it, and again coloured with a little bit of Luscious, and this is the magic sparkly bits on it. I seem to be stuck on the poinsettias, so another one on book paper and coloured in a little bit more, added a sentiment. And onto some music paper. And here I've used, you can see around the outside, I've used our lovely, one of our new stencils with the snowflakes, and I'll be using that in my live today. And some ink. Lillian says, hi Lorna, I can't get you on YouTube. Lillian, I'm really sorry, I have had a bit of an issue with YouTube, so I've been talking to the lovely Julia, and because of my Google account, it's now locked me out, so I can't live stream onto YouTube, which is a bit of a pain, but I'm very sorry about that. Julia's there now. Hi, thanks for your help, Julia. And this I wanted to show you. It's not a great sample because it went wrong totally, but and I'm not the best sewer, but I stamped onto a piece of what's this, a piece of calico, a bit of cotton, and then I stamped 2 or 3 times more using an archival ink. Then I coloured with Luscious and then cut them out, but I sewed them before I cut them out, and as you can see on here, I've cut too close to and down here I've cut too well, where is it, here I've cut too close to the stitches. So this is a sample that went in the bin, but I thought I would show you that you can I was going to make this probably into a napkin ring for Christmas, but maybe I will carry on and do that, but it's not this one. So that's my poinsettia stamps. Let me put those over there. Another one using the lovely stencil. Lillian says, no, you haven't been. I have been locked out, Lillian, but not for being bad. And I'm calling, can you see my Santa behind me? I'm calling him Alfie. He sat on my shoulder just to give me a tap, so long as I don't sing, so long as I don't mention anything that I shouldn't. So this Santa is now Alfie. So, stamps. That was the lovely, lovely, oh, have I got it upside down? Poinsettia stamp. Mine are in my bags. I'm going to be using all of these. £11.99 each, or 3 for £30 during this Christmas launch. So that's a saving of about £6. And then we have Ho Ho Ho. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, should I? Ho Ho Ho. And some of my samples, again, onto book paper. And love Alfie the Santa. I needed to have somebody there. And another one. This was onto a dictionary that actually had a bit of Christmas, and I've used these lights. I love these lights. So I did some masking. So he has stood in front, and I think Kay, well, I know that Kay showed you this morning. with her live, some masking techniques. And this one I have used the little gnomes. Now these gnomes, as far as I'm concerned, are called Gnoris, and they're friends of Gneville. But I've used the Slap It On Sparkles, and again there's a show special with those. They are available in six colours, $6.99 each, or 2 for $12. And I have used Seize the Day, which is this one, Jubilee Rose. Oop, not very good with my camera, am I? And Silver Lining. So those are those. Let's put those back. And right, let's begin. Oh, I didn't show you the tall Santa, did I? So anybody that's watching for the first time, isn't he fabulous with those lights? Ah, thank you, Wendy. Hi, Lorna, showing the indigo blue love today. Fabulous. Jeanette says he is adorable, the little gnomes. So I'm going to put my screen down. I'm going to show you what I'm working on. So there we go. I am working in one of the journals today. We have 4 different sizes in them. A6, A5, 8x8 and the A4. Now I do have the prices here somewhere. The A6 is $5.99. The A5 is $11.99. Oh look, I'm picking them up and showing them to the other screen. And the 8x8 is $14.99, and then the A4. And I'm going to be working in the A4. These are hot pressed watercolour paper, so they'll take anything you throw at them, but they're that little bit more smoother. So, you know, quite often a watercolour paper is quite textured, and for me, I don't always get, oh, I just knocked one off. I don't always get the best impression, whereas on these, they're so smooth, they're fabulous. So I'm going to be working on this, and I'm going to start off with my background. So I'm using Goldfinger, a little bit on my, oops, I've already made a mess. Oh, I really don't need that much. However, I'm using a brush that is, it's not one of our brushes, it's quite a big brush. Because I'm not bothered about my page being totally covered perfectly. Let's add some more water. Ooh. I might need to put some on. I'm literally just wanting my page to be covered. I've not sprayed my page. I've not done anything. I just need a bit more paint because I picked up my paint with my brush and put it straight into the water pot, which was not the intended idea. Let me just get a little drop more water. So this is a big Christmas launch, isn't it? We've had all of these lovely products. I have spent Christmas all weekend, been away. No, that's something else I should have done. Under my page, I'm doing this towards the back of my journal because it's going to be December. There we are, look, just to protect it a little bit. So at the top, doesn't have to be perfect. And again, at the bottom, doesn't have to be perfect for me. But what I do want are all my stripes, my brush strokes going the same way now. So I'm just putting another thin layer on the top. Sometimes I use a credit card and put it in so that I don't get brush strokes, but that's exactly what I'm looking for. Not bothered about these little bits at all. So I'm just gonna clean off my, and give this a little blast. I need it to be dry. So bear with me with my heat gun. It's not as powerful as Kay's. Sandra says, these books are lovely. Sandra is a lady that comes to my workshop. She's a friend. She's a good friend of mine. And she has an art, a journal that she's working in, one of Indigo Blue journals. Louise says she's got the A5 and the A6 and I love them. Yeah, they are really, really good. So now I'm just going to start building up some texture on my background, and I'm going to use the snowflake. And I'm going to randomly, now what am I going to, I've got a bit of a sponge. I think I'm going to use a bit of gesso. I did do a little quick run of my art journal page, and I used just a different ink, and it didn't really show up very well. So I don't need this to be, you know, the whole lot. I'm literally just tapping my gesso off, and I'm just going to randomly just stamp some of these just for, and if I don't like the impression I can get, I can go over again, or I can stamp over again. Perfect. Just building up texture, backgrounds. Oop. So if I wanted a perfect impression of these, I would take a bit more time and a bit more care, but I literally just want some of these in the background. Now, because I've used gesso on this, you need to make sure you wipe your stencil. I'm just going to baby wipe it for now and hope that that's okay. I don't want to get up running from the screen. And the gesso is also acrylic based, so, or at least I think ours is acrylic based. I know that usually it is, and will dry quite quick, but I'm just going to give that a little blast as well. Hi Angie, how are you? Don't worry about being late, you can always watch these back, can't you? So the stencils, there's 3 new stencils. I will show you them as we go in. So you've seen me working on the snowflakes, and then we have the polka dots, and then we have the spotty lines. I think that's what it's called. And you would have seen Kay working, using that on the gnome. So the stencils are, individually I think they're £3.99, but as a show special I think we are doing them for, oh, do you know what, I can't remember. Sorry Alfie, perhaps Alfie, he's put the link up there. Do you know what, they're part of a deal, aren't they, with the gnomes. So 2 of the large gnomes plus 3 of the stencils are for a show price of £20. Usually they would be £25.98 if you bought everything individually. And talking of buying individually, the I Want It All bundle. Now I've written this down, and hopefully I've got this right, but if not, speak to Alfie. The I Want It All bundle bought individually is £63.93, but as a show special, £45. Alfie, have I got that right? Because that is an amazing saving. Let's have a look. So he's put the gesso up for me and the stencils. Fabulous. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use our script stamp. Not Christmas, but one of my favourites. And I'm literally just still building up my background, and I'm going to stamp. I'm using the VersaFine Claire. And just again, have I got it the right way up? I think so, but doesn't really matter. And again, just a bit of random stamping. I also thought that our the music hall stamp would have been quite good for this. Doesn't really matter where. Just a little bit of it. And that will dry before it gets too, because I'm a bit of a mucky crafter. I don't really want it to be too smeary. I'm going to put some splashes on here, so I've still got a little bit of my gesso. And this is all before we get to stamping the stamp, so then I'll be able to put this to one side for it to dry. Now I'm using a fan brush, adding a little bit of water to my gesso, probably didn't really need quite that much, but I am a little bit like Kay and use far more than we need to. So just a few splashes, and I should have done this a little bit fast. I'm also going to be, oh, I've got gold in my gesso. How have I managed that? I'm also going to be doing a little bit of mark making. And I'm just using literally a couple of tops, and these are just to make some circles because the main focal point of my art journal is going to be circles. So again, randomly. You could always have used a stencil for this. I'm just thinking of quickness for time, and I'm still being careful because of my splashes. And again, I don't want loads and loads and loads of these. I don't want them taken away from my focal point, but I do want a few. So an art journal page. Someone asked me why I did these, and for me they're a way of just sitting and playing and not really thinking. And I tell all of the ladies that come to me, trust the process. The process is the bit that's enjoyable. You might not always like what you've done, but the process is the bit that we should be pleased to have done. Glad that we've done it because it's given us a bit of time for ourselves. And that's sometimes hard to get, isn't it? So I am going to put this to one side. I'm still going to add some more things to this before I stick my focal points onto it. But I want that just to dry. I might have to blast it, but hopefully not. Oh, I've got a rag on my lap and I've picked up my apron. So I'm now going to use some of our perfect stamping card. And this comes, I've got some here, I like this. So you get 10 sheets and 10 sheets in it, indigo blue perfect stamping card. Sorry, I should put it up this way, shouldn't I? So that's what I'm using. And I have got my my super fine, these are my, they're not Slim Jims, are they? Do you know what? My Thin Lizzies, I couldn't remember what they were called for a minute. And let's take them off because I'm going to use a few of them. Now these come in a pack like this. And you'll see that they come in with some blue, like a blue covering on. You take the blue off, put them on your rings, and hey presto. So what stamps are we going to use? I'm going to use most of them. So my Tall Santa. Now I'm not going to worry about stamping the bottom because for my focal point on this one, I don't want all of him. I just need this top bit. So now you might think this is rather a little bit odd, but he's going to go here. And here. And there. I'm also going to use one of the sentiments out of there. Probably can't see I've got my VersaFine Claire, and that's just going to go there. Sending you love this Christmas. So I'm just going to literally, this is our clear embossing powder. Mine is in a tub, simply because I find it the easiest way to use it. Now I'm going to be colouring with translucent paints. I am a mucky pup, look. So let me just give this a blast. So Leslie says hi, Pam says I don't know if I can scroll down on this or not. Hi Carol, how are you? Now, I am also, this is naughty, but I'm just putting my stamps there like that. I'll clean them afterwards. So, another stamp. Now, this will all become clear. It will not look very, you'll be wondering, what on earth is she doing? But it will all become clear. So, I'm going to stamp this here. Upside down doesn't matter. I'm now going to carry on stamping this upside down because I have to start with and again, clear embossing. Bet you're all thinking, what on earth is she doing now? That's not looking like a great picture at the moment. So I'm just going to see if I can. Oh, I can scroll down. So if I've missed any of you, I am sorry. Here is Gnoris, a relative to Gnevel. He is going here. And he's also having some of the Christmas lights. Around him. So where does he want these to? Let's put these maybe here. And here, and one or two there. And again, I'm embossing because I am not the cleverest colouriner. Kay makes it look easy, doesn't she? I'm one of those people that if you watch me running along the road, you would think she's definitely not dainty. I'm not dainty in anything that I do. So I'm another one for mucky fingerprints, etc. Hi Kay, nice to see you over here. How are you? So all of these stamps, again, individually $11.99 each, but if you buy them as a show special, I don't know how long this goes on for, if it's just this weekend, if it finishes today, but $11.99 each, or 3 for £30, so you are saving yourself almost £6, so that's a bargain. Now Santa, I love Santa. He's a proper friendly, look at his little face. Now this bit, we get onto the colouring in a minute. He is going here. And again, I don't need all of him. And then the ho ho ho. Oh, I must say that slowly, just in case they think I'm going to put that there. And maybe here, might not need all of that. So, what I should have done perhaps was had a sheet, but this will show you what I plan on doing. this fabulous, I think this poinsettia, you just need to stamp it, don't you? And you've got your Christmas design. And this is going here. Fabulous. And again, I would use the clear fine embossing powder on this and heat it up. In fact, I will put it on there because I will use this again. And the lid on. Let's get this out. So you get the picture. And what I would do now, or what I'm going to do, I've got a punch from a previous life, but you would die cut or draw around something and cut these out where you want them to be. So I want Santa. I'm going to cut this down a little bit, I think. So I want him, there we are. So just like that. You're then gonna get 6 of these from these stamps. So if I cut that one a little bit closer again. And I want his, again, his little face in. And you're going to carry on doing that until you have 6 baubles, because these are what they're going to be. And then so that's 4, and I used 2 from my poinsettia, so maybe like this. And then with a 25 in it. So we have 6 baubles. And I used the translucent, so I've used red hot chili, some daffodil, and some fresh cut grass. So I'm just going to make a little bit of space. Already I've got my whole table filled up, so I'm going to start off with a bit of red hot chili and a small brush. And again, you only need a bit, this is hardly anything. And colour the name to whatever colours you want. I only used those 3 colours. Of course, he's got to have a little bit of a red hat and arms. Now I've left his hat, the bobble and the bit across here and these bits, because at the end I'm going to add some unicorn sparkles. Now we all know I am not the greatest colourer. I've already got it all over my hands. So a bit of yellow. Used a dirty paintbrush, but that's fine. I don't actually want it to be the true colour, so that doesn't matter. That's a nice warm yellow now. And you'll see that I'm not, for me, I'm not colouring it perfectly, but I am then using a little bit of the yellow with a little bit of the red and lots of water, because I want to do just the background. So a little bit more water there. I don't want this side bit too dark. And I've got a rag, or I had a rag. Oh, here it is. Just gonna blot that a little bit. Poinsettias. So you colour these whatever way you want to, don't you? You use the Luscious, which is Lillian's favourite, and I have to say, Lillian, I am like you. My name is Lorna and I'm a Luscious addict. Oh, bit there, look. Missed out on that. So at the minute, this is just my first layer. Just literally just getting some colour on it. A little bit of this. Again, I want around the outside. I'm leaving my compass that's part of the background white. And now for a little bit of fresh cut grass. I think as crafters we all start off with a nice clear bit, don't we? And then the next thing, our tables are full and we're working in a small space. Show specials are this weekend only. Thank you, Alfie. Oh, hi, Trudy. Nice to see you as well over here. I know that you love all the Indigo Blue products as well. And Dot Moore. Hi, Dot. How are you? Such cute little characters. They are, aren't they? So, oh, let's put a bit of that warm in there. Oh, a bit green. Never mind. Really doesn't matter. And then I carried on going with all of mine. I used a bit of gold on here. And ended up colouring in. So I have coloured in mine, so you're not watching me colouring all of them. So let's move those to one side. So the translucent paints, they don't cover anything. So you get those gorgeous colours, but without them they don't block. So they're not a matte, so they don't block. You know, not block. Obscure is the word, I guess. All of the black outlines. So let's put those to one side. I'm just going to clean my paint mat a little bit. And bring this back in. Now I can see that I've got a couple of blobs that aren't quite dry of my splashes. So this might be one of these do as I say and not do as I do moments. I'm just going to put the heat gun on the rest of this. So heat from the bottom, which I do quite often forget to do, so that my page doesn't warp too much. But I find that if I do forget that, I just stick something heavy on it and it just flattens out again. So let's get these bits of gesso dry. Now originally when I was going to do this, oh, and can I just say, the actual layout, my layout, if you Google page layouts, if you're stuck, there's a million layouts that people put on there to share for you to be able to do it. So originally I thought I was going to use a gel pen on this, but my gel pen isn't the best. You can't see it at all. So I have just a white Posca pen, and I'm literally gonna just scribble, let's see, is it working, around the outside. So I'm going around like we do with the black pens. I mean, you might have a good enough hand that you can perhaps paint some white, but I just don't. So a couple of those. And once that's dry, I'm going to go around in a black fine liner as well. So I don't know how long Posca takes to dry. Luscious Lorna. Thank you, Kay. I am very fluid, Lorna. You are, Trudy. Oh, fantastic, Dot. You've got your crafting mojo back. That's fab. So this is just a fine liner pen and a couple of scribbles down all the way around. Oh, off the page there. I'm going to put in a few little scribbles on those little black bits. So I've still got black splashes. So my balls, you have to decide where you want your balls. And I kind of want Santa first, because what's Christmas without Santa? And poinsettia, maybe these. Oh no, that's too much the same. Let's put him there. Oh. And again, I don't want my poinsettia here because I've already got one, so I'll put my something like that perhaps. So grab and go glue, amazing stuff. I'm not always the best at remembering to shut the nipple off and wipe it, but if you do, it comes out as easy as that every time. So just somewhere, yeah, somewhere like that. Let's have it, maybe there. So have any of you started your Christmas shopping yet? And I don't mean for yourself. I don't mean on the Indigo Blue website. I mean, have you started your Christmas shopping for all those presents we end up buying? I've started, but then birthdays have come along and I've realised that, oh, like Graham's brother-in-law, it was his birthday, so he had his Christmas present for his birthday, like you do. Now, if I was going to be doing a lot of stuff on the front of these, I would probably now go over with my Slap It On mat, which would mean that I could put more water on or something like that. Because I've used acrylic paint, it's not going to move anything. Let me just do this and wipe this. So this is going to be the main focus, and now we have to make it look like it's going to fit in. So again, bringing back in my Posca pen, and you won't be able to see these at the moment very much, but baubles have to hang up, don't they? And then they also have these little metally bits, don't they, on the tops. So, sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Noala? Not yet, just starting to think about it. I know, it comes really quick, doesn't it? Leslie says, no way, just working out Christmas cards. And Louise says, I've definitely bought my own prezzies from Indigo Blue, but not been to organise for others' gifts. Do you know what, Louise? They're the best ones, aren't they? Some from Indigo Blue for yourself. And I heard Kay saying yesterday that she'd bought a present for Alfie to give her at Christmas. I do that because at least then you get what you want, don't you? So, can you see these kind of bauble bits? Put this in to dry that. Now, on the black fine liner, this is where this comes in again. And this one. Can always go over that again if I need to. So, not, oh, missed one. So for those, I'm going to use a bit of our brass monkey. Let's get a nice little fine brush. And I'm painting this on, I'm not adding any water to it. Obviously you can. But I'm gonna just, again, doesn't need to be too careful. My art journal is, got a little bit on there, never mind. And I'll probably do a couple of layers of this. I want this. Oh, your daughter's just sent you a link, Leslie. Yeah, see, is it that it's she heard me, or is it that we're all female and we're all a little bit cleverer like that? So looks like Aileen here. Hi, Aileen. Aileen is another crafty friend of mine. Wendy says there's no kids in our family, so don't bother much. I still track Nora at Christmas. Christmas Eve, I'm saying to my husband, oh, he's in Iceland. And he's like, how old are you? And it's like, doesn't matter how old I am. Not too old to believe. Do you know what, Wendy? I think that's a really good idea, is to not buy. I think it's really important, especially, you know, after COVID and stuff, that we all, you know, when you get to our age, you don't really, apart from craft stuff, of course, there isn't really a whole load of things that you want, or you have it throughout the year, don't you? And And so going for a meal or just spending time together is really important. So these are kind of starting to look like baubles a little bit now. I'm going to put that away. And we need to do a little bit of shading around here. So what would I use? I would either use some of my paints, or I have got out a couple of the watercolour brush pens. These are Phil Martin's. They are on the Indigo Blue website as well, as far as I know, so from Sentimentally Yours. They're water based, so I'm going to get a little brush. And do you know what, I've only got dirty water here. Please bear with me 1 second. I'm just grabbing some more water. Let's put this, tip it out of my spray bottle. I've got 2 lots of clean water, but it's not enough for me. So I'm going to literally just start off with this. Will it show on this? No, I'm going to use some hot cocoa for that. But I'm just literally going to colour around my edges. And then just kind of blend it in. And this is just on the balls themselves. And I'm going to keep going with this until I feel like there's enough definition, like you can see what I want you to see. Now, I'm not going to use that one, I'm going to use the red for this one's. Ooh, that's a bright red, isn't it? And I think I want some little bit on here. Kay says you're never too old to believe. You're not, Kay. So with this, just do what you're happy with, really. You see I've made a bit here, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to go around the outside afterwards. Kay says, I love this journal page. You've inspired me to do some Christmas journaling. Oh, thank you. Well, you inspire us every day, Kay, so thank you very much. And thank you for letting me have a go. It's a bit nerve-wracking, but just the fact that you've trust me enough not to get it too wrong. So who's that? So Jackie's watching from the USA. You're loving this. Thank you. You are so welcome. Thank you. And we have a little bit here. Oh, I can see one where I've left it a little bit. Now, as for the shadowing, don't be afraid just to some people, you know, they talk about light from one end or light from the other end. Me, I just put it where I want it. And that's what I think we should do. We should just do this because we just like it. And if you think it's going wrong, just keep trusting the process. Keep adding to it. So that's kind of... I'm not really liking that too much there. That needs to... So, got our balls in place, got our strings in place. Now we need a little bit of shadowing around the outside, and that's when I'm going to use a little bit of Postbox Red again. To be honest, I probably would have used hot cocoa. If I have got it here, it just means I've got to scramble. Is that it on the top? Look at that, on the top of my thing. So let's change that. I'm going to use a little bit of this. So your hot cocoa is a matte paint. I'm going to add quite a bit of water to it because I want this literally just to go on the outside, just around the balls a little bit. Hopefully that's enough. Ooh. And I'm gonna bring it down a bit, so just a little bit at the top here, and then with some water just literally bring it down a bit. Wendy says you're a natural. You won't say that when I'm a basket case in India. So this here for me now, I've done this on this bottom one. I don't mind it on the top too, a little bit thick. So I'm just going to clean water and just literally take a little bit off again. Just like that. Now, do I want any more? I think I kind of want it maybe thinner over here. Maybe a little bit here. A little bit here. And a little bit here. It's okay. Did you see that my boxer was watching you? She was fascinated. And I think that's probably enough for me. That is enough shadowing. You might want to do a little bit more. So the next step is clean off my paint mat. And I want some black splashes. Now I don't have it on my desk, so again, bear with me. I thought I was organised. Got my little black bit of black again, my pots are a bit like Kay's really. They're rather well used. I've got another fan brush. Or do I need to? Oh yes, I do. Oh, my black gesso's nearly at the end of it. So, just one or two of these. Don't really want a huge amount, but just a few. That will do. But you might like lots. You might want to. Might want to put, you know, rather a lot on, and it's absolutely fine because it's yours. So I'm going to give those a dry. Hi Lee. Thank you, Susan. Hi Charlene. So let's have a little recap, shall we, while I'm drying these. Use 3 designs of the A6 stamps, £11.99 each, or 3 for £30. So that's a saving. It's actually a saving of £5.97. What else? You've seen Ganeville and Ganorine. You've seen those demonstrated with Kay, and there's a show special. I can't say it. A show special on those. 2 large gnomes plus 3 6x6 stencils, and that's a show price of £20, saving you £5.98. Thank you, Louise. Slap It On Sparkle. There's 6 colours altogether, £6.99 each, or 2 for £12. Christmas is coming, you're going to need that. What else? Oh, your All I Want It All bundle. Usually £63.93, and for this weekend only, £45. I just can't get over that price. So, right, I've still got 1 or 2 bits, but I've also printed out, I didn't print out at all, telling lies. I stamped out from, oh, I've just got a mark on it now. A saying, a sentiment, may your holiday sparkle with joy and laughter. And I stamped this from one of last year's Christmas sets, and I've not got it here on my desk. So it's the one with the little Christmas trees with the little circles in them. And I'm going to cut this up because I need to cut off the bit of that I made messy. I still have a couple of bits that are, let's put that there a minute. Let's do that. So, may your holiday sparkle. Well, we've not got any sparkle on this yet, have we? Let's move that out of the way. And a bit of grab and go glue. That's not very straight either. May your holidays sparkle. That's your bank holiday as well. So tomorrow we're having a barbecue here. The weather's supposed to be good. I've put a bit too much glue on, so that's why I'm just wiping it off like that. May your holidays sparkle. It ought to say, may your holidays sparkle with Slap It On Sparkle. And I'm going to cut a little bit off the bottom. I don't like, got more white at the bottom than the top. That's not the best cutting. This is one of those do as I say and not do as I do moments, so. And I'm going to, oh, upside down, not good. I'm just going to put it there. Too much glue. Just a bit of rag. Now that needs something around it, so I have got literally just a black watercolour pencil, and I'm just going to scribble around it. Around here. And again, use a little small, yeah, that is, and just smudge it a little bit. Oh, look, I made a mess. See, we're all, quite a lot of us are a bit mucky, aren't we? I think I'm making a mess because my paintbrush is it's a little, but it seems very soft. I need it to be a little bit harder. Maybe one of Kay's brushes would have been much better, but I have to confess I don't have a set, and now it will be going on my recommendation from Deirdre. It will be going on my list of must-haves. I don't have wish lists, I have must-have lists. Right, so we've got a sentiment on there now. Now let's do that. I've put some of the Grab and Go into one of the small bottles with a very fine nib, and I'm going to do these now on a bit on here, a bit on here. So these are the Tall Santa's little bits on his, and over on this Santa on his bauble on his hat. And I'm going to do the gnome, Gnoris's hat. Oh, thank you, Kay. I can order them. You don't need to, lovely. You give us plenty as it is. Oh, I missed. Look at that. Anywhere else? No, I'm not going to put any on these bits. I was going to, but if you want to, obviously you can. So this is one of my favourite products, and you need this in your life. Saying that, where's mine gone? There it is. And somewhere, I thought I had. I've got it in here. Ah, here we are. Just a bit of copy paper. Now, bear with me while I do this. I might have some other wet patches, but you can never get enough sparkle, can you? Beautiful. Let me just put that away before I waste it. So, there is my Facebook page. Oh, my Facebook page, talking rubbish, my art journal page. I'll put it onto the other screen and hold it up to show you. There we are. So, can you see the sparkle? Oh, I don't know if you can. Oh yes, there you can, look. So sparkle on the hats and stuff. You love that sparkle. If you've never used it before, you need, Noali, you need that in your life. Absolutely. And if you use it with our super thick slap it on through a stencil, absolutely amazing. So thank you very much, Wendy. Thank you very much. There's Alfie and, oh no, wrong way. Alfie on my shoulder. Leslie, thank you. So Wendy says she's done the same. That's with these tip bottles. Yeah, I just need to mark the bottle. Do you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that while you're here because I did that before and I had gesso in some. So this is Grab and Go. That is a really good tip as well, Wendy, because yes, Grab and Go. I've got 2 bottles of that. So thank you very much. I wasn't sure how long that would take me, but it's just a little over an hour. I'm sorry that it's not recorded straight to YouTube, but I'm sure that Ella can do that. So I'm going to finish recording now. I can't think of anything else I need to show you. Anything else, Alfie, I need to show? Oh, Alfie's put up the unicorn sparkles, so you definitely need that in your life. Whoever hasn't got it, I could show you quickly on some... Let me show you. Sorry, Alfie, I'm taking over your... I'm going to grab some black card. This is just an old bit of black card. Let me just quickly show you, Noala, how you need this. This is some of our super thick Slap It On. I'll use this again later on when it dries. Oh, have I got a palette knife? Hang on. Little one, a bit bigger one. So, literally, a little bit of you Slap It On through. Now, I know that I've just gone under my stencil, so it's not going to be a great demo, this bit. Do I take it up and take it off? Let's take it off. When this dries, I need to wipe because I've used Slap It On my stencil, make sure you wipe your stencil because you'll ruin it otherwise. It will stick to it and you'll have not quite a flat surface. Because I was rushing, you can see that I knew that I put my palette knife under the stencil. Oh, sorry, let's go back to this. You didn't see a thing that I was doing then, did you? So this was, I've literally, take two, put the stencil on, super thick, Slap It On, through the stencil, took the stencil off, and I've thrown a load of the unicorn sparkles on the top. And when that dries, can you see that? That way. Probably not the best demo, but absolutely fantastic. And with Christmas coming along, you are going to need that. So, before I make any more mistakes by not showing you the right camera, I'm going to say Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. I best not say it fast in case they think I'm singing again. I will see you all soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.